Morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well today. Look at that blue jay gulping down that peanut. Good morning and welcome to Virtual Birding live on Facebook with Lynn Gibbs of Tug Hill Tomorrow Land Trust. Right now we're looking at the live feed from Ithaca, from the Cornell's Lab of Ornithology feeders. And I wanted to talk about feeder behavior today and take a look at the different feeders they have. You see they have the unshelled peanuts. There goes a chickadee in the cage. The blue jays are loving those. They have a suet and millet snowman feeder. They have a flat platform feeder with what looks like peanuts and millet. The cage in the middle usually has suet in it, and then they have a mix of seed in the hanging feeder, and usually a suet or peanut butter in the holes on that log feeder. So they have something really for everybody. And of course it's been busy until now. So I've been seeing woodpeckers, blue jays, starlings, red-winged blackbirds, all of those things, all of those birds. What have you been seeing at your feeders? And have you noticed any changes lately? It's already March. Wow. March. Goodness. All right, I'm going to turn this around so I can talk to you a little bit, I hope. Here we go. Hi, good morning. We've hit March, and there are changes afoot. I don't know if you've noticed changes at your bird feeder or changes in the birds that you're seeing around your neighborhood, but I have been hearing some more spring calls and a little bit more territorial behavior from some birds. So take a look for those things. It's starting to happen, people. It's starting to happen. As soon as I pan away from that, the birds came back, so they must know I'm watching. I also wanted to show you a video from a friend of mine. She lives near here, and she has a camera on her feeder station, and there's some interesting behavior that I wanted to talk about. Now, especially this early in the year, even in January, I've started to hear cardinals start to sing their spring song and start to do some territorial behavior, but now they're really getting into it. So I wanted to show you a little bit on this video, the male cardinals and other birds at her feeder. I'm going to turn you around so you can watch. Oops. Here we go. So in her video, you will see, let me just close out that so we're not hearing the sounds. You will see blue jays, male cardinals, there's a group of mourning doves, there's a white-throated sparrow. So I want you to watch the interaction between these birds. So this is just on her back porch. She has seed out. And you'll see there's 3 or 4 male cardinals that come in. Watch the behavior between them. They're pretty much separated, and look, the altercation between the males. They're starting to get a little bit territorial. Earlier in the winter, they would happily gather in a large group on her porch and eat, and now they're starting to be a little ticked off at each other. They're defending their space. Now the other thing to watch is this white-throated sparrow who comes in, and you can see that he's staying on the outskirts, hunting through the snow for the seeds. That blue jay is quite a bit bigger than him, as the mourning doves are. The mourning doves aren't very aggressive, but the blue jays and the cardinals are more so. So you can see how he hops out of the way when that cardinal comes in aggressively. And then the blue jays, also the size, keep him to the side. So as you look at your bird feeders, you can start to tell there's kind of a little behavior order in there. And even among the cardinals, if you watch for a long period of time and you keep track of who's who, there's probably a dominant male in there. They're not all just going at each other. That male in the back has been on the side of the feeder for a while, and I'm thinking that he might be the alpha cardinal in this little group. So this time of year, we're looking for changes in behavior and changes in songs. You can tell what birds are starting to set up territories and which ones are starting to do courting behavior, which we may start to see some migrants come back. Excuse me while I set you up here. The animals like bluebirds, birds like bluebirds who have wintered over this year, a lot of bluebirds this year, wintering over near central and western New York, may start to move up. If you have them around your house up here, you'll have seen them all winter time. They're going to start to pair up. You'll start to see the flocks disperse a little bit and start to form pairs. So take a good close look at spend a little more time at your feeders or in your yard observing, and you'll start to see those changes and look forward to spring, 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 spring. It's March, yay, spring. We're thinking that the response to the added sunlight is kind of what spurs the birds on. And our weather has been so wonky that it's hard to really judge whether it's the temperature doing this or not. But the sunlight has been more consistent, so I'm going with sunlight. But as you'll see, when the temperatures go up and our snow melts a bit, the birds aren't really at the feeder as much. And then right before another front comes through, they can feel the pressure drop and they will stock up on reserves. So they'll be back at your feeders. So I've seen a lot of comments about people saying, where'd my birds go? Sometimes when it warms up, they can access more food in the wild. And they don't need as much energy to keep warm. And so they're maybe doing courting things, they're maybe doing other things, and they don't visit the feeders as much. So if your birds come and go, don't worry. They're responding to the weather. They'll be back. We're looking forward to seeing more migrants in the next month or so. Yay! Does anybody have any questions, any observations they want to put up? Yes, no? Please say hi. I know I have a couple of people on, but I don't know who you are. If you comment, I know who you are. I also want to do another plug for the Tug Hill Bird Quest. Watching feeders in May, please sign up. Our sign up is on our website at tughilltomorrowlandtrust.org, and you can read all about it there under the Bird Quest page. Hi, Judy. Thanks for coming today. Do you have any questions, or have you observed any birds starting to be spring-like in your neighborhood? We have about 40 teams already for the Bird Quest. We need more. We're open to individuals, families, homeschools, and school classrooms. So please do check that out. The Bird Quest, Tug Hill Bird Quest, is a yearly event. We have one official observation week in May where all the teams watch their feeders and note the types of birds and the numbers of those types of birds that come to their feeder each day during a short time. And then they send their tally sheets into us. I analyze them. I pump out a report each year. We'd be happy to have you along. It's a free event. And let's see what else is going on. There's a lot of bird things going on in March. There's a backyard bird count. There is, I'm blanking on what I was going to tell you. But when I run across it again, I will put it in the comments. Hi, Mary. Tree sparrow occasionally this winter. Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot more birds, I think, overwintering here this year than we have in the past. I don't know how much of that is more people watching birds, because a lot of people joined in watching birds during our isolation period in 2020 and have kept going. But it sure seems to me that a lot more birds have overwintered than normally do. And it probably is climate related. We don't really know. Lots of ranges kind of expanding and moving north a little bit. Birds not migrating as far. All those kinds of things happening. So yeah, a tree sparrow. Yeah, tree sparrows. I didn't know that Carolina wrens kind of are are known for overwintering, especially in central New York. House wrens fly away, but Carolina wrens are around. I learned that when I was this many years old. So there's always something new to learn with birds, and it's always changing, which is great, which is why I like to bird. Anything else? Has anybody heard cardinals singing their spring song, their cheer, cheer, cheer song? I start to hear that in February around my house, late February, and they're starting to do that more. And just as you saw in the video at my friend's home, those cardinals are starting to be more territorial. And you'll see them be a little bit more aggressive, males aggressive with each other, and then you'll see pairs start to form and probably see more pairs at your feeder before they start to set up nesting. So that's about what I have for today. Just check out your feeders, check out the behavior of the birds, enjoy, revel in the change of behavior and change of season. I hope you have a great day and a great month of birding. And keep in touch. I'll be back at 5 again to talk about feeder behavior changing in March. Bye.